In the last episode we've accomplished to collect half of the entire armor trim collection already. Today we'll continue the journey with part 2 of the great search for all the new 1.20 armor trims. But the main part of this video is containing the construction of a fitting place for all the new armor styles to be displayed. I've been thinking about building a huge temple-like museum that is built with a bright and colorful block palette using some of the new building blocks in the game. I know you've probably seen so many great 1.20 builds already, but I'm especially proud on mine because it fits the area perfectly and I am curious to hear what you think about it. Last episode left me in the nether searching for the snoot and the rib armor trim, and I would say that's exactly where we continue today's journey. If you enjoyed today's video, then leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's completely free, but it helps me out a lot. Thank you so much, guys. So here we are, back to our adventure we go, where I'm still trying to find the remaining armor trims. Searching for them was not as easy as I was maybe expecting it, because the spawn rates seem to be poorly on those two. I've looted so many chests while visiting a bunch of fortresses and bastions, but the only thing I could find was a whole load of gold and some of the netherite upgrade templates, which are not as bad as you might think. Those upgrades are the only possibility by now to upgrade your diamond gear to a netherite one, but I guess you already know that. So I was thankful for those as well, but it bothered me that I wasn't able to find what I was looking for. Eventually I found this fortress here, which was like the 10th or something that I had looted at this point, but Minecraft had something special to offer for me. After a long search and flying around for ages it seems, I finally found the rib armor trim, which makes it a total of 9 armor trims. Thank you so much, Minecraft gods. So there was only left one single item that I had to obtain in the nether before I could leave that hell too. After some more traveling and more disappointing bastions, I eventually found this one, which was located at a very good spot to get an overview first before entering. I saw some chests that seemed to be pretty easy to access, so I shoot my shot. First I had to kill some more piglins who defended their bastion bravely, but no chance for them against me and my bow. I built over a netherrack bridge directly leading to the chests. Some last tries of defense by the piglins, and then I had reached my objective. Inside this chest that the piglins had defended so well could have only been one thing. Yay! And it was the snoot armor trim, finally. This also means I can finally leave this awful place, because I've gathered everything I came for. The only thing I had to do now was to build up a nether portal in order to get back to the overworld. For this I looked up a more quiet location without any ghasts and began to build the portal. At that point I wasn't even thinking of feeling more lucky than I already did. But there was waiting a giant surprise for me. But as always in life, it had to get worse first before getting even better, and that's why I had to wait for 4 minutes doing absolutely nothing. This also means that my nether portal had spawned directly under an ocean monument, which gave me the opportunity to obtain the tide armor trim. A very lucky surprise, which I just realized the moment when I was already heading home. Of course it still annoyed me at that point, and so I did the only reasonable thing I could possibly do. I waited. After waiting that couple of minutes, I tried to act as fast as possible before I get hit by another mining fatigue. Luckily, I found the way up pretty easily, and so I started to search for the Elder Guardians to kill them. There were 3 of them in total, and I kept using my torches to gain bubbles again to breathe on, while I was fighting those creatures of the sea with sword and bow. The first one already dropped me the tight armor trim, and I think at that moment I also realized how lucky this journey had become. But I kept looking for the others because mining fatigue still was active on me, so I've even had no other choice than that. After killing the remaining 2 Elder Guardians, I could finally break myself free from the ocean monument and fly back to our town in order to sort all of the found loot into our storage. With the tight armor trim as our property now, I've managed to find 10 of the 16 armor trims, which means we are very close to the end. I took a quick break at home to sort my inventory again, and then I used Chunkbase's seed map again in order to find a freshly generated stronghold. The stronghold can hold up the eye armor trim, and after I quickly dug straight down, which is a great idea when you're in hardcore mode, I already found the stronghold and a library hiding inside. I did not expect it to find it in the first stronghold I traveled to, but my luck still not has left me, I guess. The first chest I looted contained number 11 of 16, together with some books and paper. Next thing that happened was that I found a structure by accident again, namely the Desert Temple. On the board in the creative world from last episode, I marked this structure as an easy one, and so it was. There was absolutely no problem obtaining the Dune armor trim. But the fact that Mojang has given us as players a reason again to invent on those structures is a real improvement of the game in my opinion. The next structure I invented on was used to be everything else than easy. On the board I described it with the word medium, but I guess I should have adjusted it a little more. You won't believe what happened to me while searching for the Vex armor trim. Before I've even entered the mansion, I took a quick nap on top of a tree, and then I packed my stuff and entered the awaited evil. Apparently the Vex armor trim isn't as rare as I thought it was, because after searching a few rooms inside the structure and killing some pillagers, I made my way pretty easily to the right end of the corridor. I really need to let this scene be uncut, because I could not believe Mojang would hand me out this armor trim that easy. Look at that, guys. I really expected me to fight some Vexes in order to get the Vex armor trim, but apparently I haven't to do anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I was very thankful for that, and the worst of the structures was still waiting for me. So I did not waste any more time in the mansion and made my way back to our home base. A few moments later, my journey led me into the end dimension where I was about to collect number 15 of 16. The armor trim I was looking for was the Spire armor trim, and they can only be found inside an end city complex on top of one of the towers. In the third end city that I've had visited, I eventually managed to find the Spire armor trim after I killed some annoying shulkers. We did it, guys! Except for one more armor trim, we have collected every single one of them. I am pretty excited to see what all of them are looking like when I apply them to some actual armor. But before I could do that, I took the portal back to the overworld, where I first put all the templates inside one shulker box. Unfortunately, there was still one big thing missing that I had to do in order to complete the whole new collection. I had to revisit another ancient city to find the last and the hardest to find armor trim, the Silence armor trim. You know, guys, this could very well be the end of our series. The Warden is not an enemy you want to take on unprepared, and I had not the intention to prepare myself because I just wanted to take some quick looks inside the chests there. Some quick looks that were kind of worth the danger. Look at that, I found 2 enchanted golden apples in one chest. The spawn rates for this are minimal, but still I could manage to find one. Could that possibly be a good omen for my search? If I could manage to find the last armor trim, we will find out in the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you... Don't worry, I'm just trying to be funny because I think I'm just a slightly bit afraid, but anyways. I took the 2 golden apples and made my way back to the overworld, where I followed the next coordinates, and so it went on for quite a bit. I think in total I went through 5 ancient cities, but I also haven't looted them completely every time. You've told me in the comments that I could have used some night vision potions, and this is absolutely true, but as you can see, my brain doesn't work that complex. After a leap of faith me down again, I started to explore one more ancient city. Slowly but surely I was also running out of wool and carpet, so I got a little nervous as well. I built some wool bridges and stairs to get down on the ground, and there I always tried to surround every sensor and shrieker that I saw. Due to the reason chests are making an awful loud sound when they get opened, I also tried to cover them in wool too. I did that so many times and I slowly went out of wool as well as out of hope. But then I got presented from Minecraft one more time. We've made it, my friends. We found the Silence armor trim, which is completing our collection to a total of 16 armor trims. And this also means I can leave the ancient cities, thank the gods. I was very happy about finding the last piece for our collection and I ignored all the rest of the chests down there and went back up. When I was out of danger, I felt a little bit relieved that I had managed to find all of those without dying and losing our world. That's it, my friends, the end of our journey. I would love to hear what you think about the adventure we've been through in the last 2 episodes. All of the 16 templates will be safely stored inside the Deep Slate Mansion and I can finally start building the template temple for them to be displayed. There we go. Now we only need to figure out how to build the temple and what materials we could use to do that. I would say it's time for some material gathering. With all the materials we need, it's now time to prepare a fitting area where we can build our temple. Starting off with removing this tree, we begin with the building process. First off, I flattened out the area a bit. This helps me to mark the place where the building would stand in the end. You know the drill, my friends. No episode without a decent amount of terraforming. When this was almost done, I started to frame the building's fundament, which contains of quartz this time. I planned out the temple to be a bright and colorful building this time, so you'll probably won't see any deep slate being used today. In addition to the core room of the temple where all the armors are going to be displayed, there will be a walkway around the temple like in those Chinese gardens where there's gravel everywhere, you know? Minecraft could really use some kind of decoration like bonsai trees, or what do you think? Mojang, please give us bonsai trees. For the roof I used some mangrove wood this time and I really need a farm for those because they were kind of annoying to farm. The walkway around the temple is topped by a layer of cherry leaves because I absolutely adore the effect they create and I think this is perfect for our temple. Inside our new building I added some chains hanging from the roof in order to connect some slabs to them where the name of the respecting armor style is going to be written down at. Therefore I used the brand new cherry wood hanging signs, which are a perfect addition to the building. The only thing I forgot to add are some vases crafted by the new patterns we found, but it wouldn't be a Minecraft hardcore episode by Brick without mentioning the never-ending list of the things he still wants to add. Why not add one more objective, right? But here you can see the final result. Except for some decoration, our temple is completed. Feel free to write down in the comments what you think of that building. It's not a tall one, but I absolutely love it. It's the perfect start for me for the new 1.20 builds. There are only a few things left to do in today's episode, for example placing down 16 armor stands. After I did that, I eventually started to craft an iron armor for every single template and I used amethyst shards to be the material of choice for the armor trims. Unfortunately, I did not record any gameplay from this except for the replay data, so I had to create some shots for you with the replay mod instead. I used up all my diamonds in the process of duplicating the different templates, so that I had to go down to the mines in the middle of the process in order to find some more. In the end, I did it, and I even decorated my own netherite armor with some amethyst shards. Of course I used the silence armor trim to decorate myself as a small reference for our adventure. With that also being done completely, I used the remaining materials to decorate the place a little bit, and there we have it, our own template temple with all the new 1.20 armor trims collected and displayed inside. I truly love this place, and if you do so too, then please let me know in the comments. It is really important for the algorithm to write comments, so please don't hold you back. If you don't want to miss another episode, then also subscribe to the channel. It's completely free, but it helps me out a lot. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.